With every crisis, there's an opportunity to help, to come together, to care, to volunteer, to inspire, and to create change. With every challenge, there's an opportunity to open your heart to others.
It's like the empty street. You can't believe it's New York. Can't believe how an empty school feels.
Over the past 2 years, the Open Hearts Foundation has been shoulder to shoulder with those in need and inspired thousands across the world to do what they can do to help others. As a small organization with an enormous mission, the foundation empowers emerging and growing non-profit charities whose origins and mission are aligned with the Open Hearts philosophy. That philosophy is an extension of a lifetime of lessons inspired by my mother, Mika Frankenberg, who always told me and my sisters that everyone has challenges in life, and that the hardest thing to do is to accept it. But if you can open your heart, reach out, and help someone else, especially when it's something that you've been through, you will have purpose in your life.
This city has never faced anything like this before in its history. And the poorest people, they've lost their jobs, they have no food. The only thing between them and disaster is the fact that you all got up this morning, you came out to serve our people.
It's been my dream that by having this kind of purpose in life that we can transform adversity into opportunity. And it's my hope that this philosophy can become a movement around the world, inspired by this foundation's work and legacy.
My Sister's Place works to keep our hearts open to the survivors who reach out to us for safety and advocacy. We are grateful for the support of the Open Hearts Foundation, and we are proud to carry out our work in a way that upholds the Foundation's philosophy.
In response to the COVID-19 worldwide pandemic, the Open Hearts Foundation became a movement. We remained nimble in the face of adversity. We gained momentum, and we expanded our reach in order to serve communities and families in need during our generation's most challenging moments.
It's a tremendous amount of pressure trying to figure out, okay, we're good for now, but what about next week? What a week after that? Giving people food, especially non-perishable items, is imperative to make sure that everybody survives this.
The foundation quickly established an emergency relief fund. In April of 2020, our first cycle of grants directly impacted the lives of women and children across the United States.
With your first grant in 2020, Open Hearts helped us address the hunger of hundreds of families on a weekly basis. Closing hunger and nutrition gaps have plagued our community families for years.
Because of your support, City Youth Now has been able to provide individualized things like rent, utilities, hygiene products, and even transportation.
Thanks to your unwavering support, 198 children had new laptops for school, clothing to wear, and comfortable beds to sleep in.
Our mission is to provide hope and healing for those impacted by domestic violence and sexual assault, issues that only intensified during the pandemic.
We leveraged your generosity into nearly $300,000 of follow-on support that today touches over 12,000 adult and kid human beings annually.
We've even been able to help our NICU babies have the things that they need to heal faster and be discharged from the hospital so that they can continue with their difficult recovery.
The Open Hearts Foundation's generous support allowed us to continue this life-saving work, and last year we reached over 16,000 people in our community.
The foundation has been able to provide grants to 23 charities through 5 different grant cycles. At the start of the pandemic, the foundation also increased its response during COVID through our Young Hearts volunteerism program. This was the vision of Katie Flynn, my daughter, who inspired the foundation to launch the Openhearted Challenge. The Openhearted Challenge encouraged people all over the world to do what they could do to help another person in their community and find a way to give back.
COVID-19 is devastating on so many different levels. We're exactly serving those communities that have been most impacted.
In return, people responded to the challenge, helping make and prepare meals, sewing masks, calling up and chatting with an isolated or elderly neighbor, creating art together, sending greeting cards, or even donating blood. The foundation also hosted numerous virtual volunteer experiences with our charity partners. In 2020, we focused on isolated seniors in a brand new initiative called Make a Senior Smile. We gathered together over Zoom, created colourful cards, and mailed them to 4 senior centres across the US. These simple acts of kindness brought smiles to their faces and inspired others across the globe to support seniors in their communities. And last year, in 2021, we turned our attention to foster children in a program sponsored by Craper Race called Cards for Kids. 150 volunteers across the globe created inspiring cards for specific foster children and families in the care of 4 of our charity partners. Some cards celebrated new virtual adoptions, while others celebrated caregivers. And some celebrated the vibrancy and hope of foster children. In the fall, when it was safe to be outdoors again, we gathered a team of volunteers for various activities around the greater Los Angeles area, including collecting food for needy families and rebuilding a national forest at the Paramount Ranch by planting over 2,500 trees and native grass in just 3 hours. These 2 programs align with the Open Hearts philosophy, because everyone can do something to help.
In many ways, we are first responders to our communities.
The work is tireless, but you help us each and every day.
Every child deserves a family, deserves an opportunity to fulfill their potential, deserves an opportunity to dream.
You help them now, and you build them up, they'll go off and they'll change the world.
With a big or small, a generous donation, or volunteering your time, we all have a role to play in lifting others up, inspiring those around us, and doing what we can do in the face of adversity. Even as the pandemic continues to ebb and flow, we can all remain committed and keep our hearts open.
Good job, Melanie. Melanie, I can't see you. Good job. Jamie, good job.
In 2022, we are thrilled to announce that we're expanding this very important work with 2 strategic goals. We plan to continue to grow the movement of the Open Hearts philosophy through our life-saving programs that support our charity partners and inspire like-minded people to work together for the greater good. As our movement continues to grow, we also plan to sustain the legacy of the Open Hearts Foundation by expanding our fundraising capacity, identifying and growing our board of directors to welcome new leaders into our small team, and strengthening our internal governance practices that will keep our mission moving forward for years to come. Together, we are an innovative, creative, charitable community. We believe in the art of the possible. We have a grounded passion to turn adversity into opportunity and positively impact the lives of so many. We believe when like-minded people work together, shoulder to shoulder, amazing outcomes are achieved. We are so proud to support the work of our volunteers and charity partners. Our charity partners of the life support for the communities they serve. They inspire us by their perseverance in the face of life's greatest challenges. They nourish the hungry and mend our many kinds of wounds. They create homes, emergency shelters, and safe living environments. They're caregivers, stepping up to save the smallest and most vulnerable lives. They speak up for, volunteer for, and help those who don't have the strength. They provide second chances and the most basic human needs to those who need it most. They give the tools, technology, and opportunities for a better life. They represent thousands in their communities who rise up each day to serve, to volunteer, give hope, and to inspire. They are on the front lines, and our foundation is honored to support their dedication, passion, and unconditional open hearts. What can we all do together in the next 10 years? You, our donors, corporate citizens, volunteers, and charity partners are critical to create change, to inspire, and to give and live with an open heart.
We can't do this work without people like you who support us.
And on behalf of the organization, on behalf of our kids, and on behalf of our families, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you.
Everyone is welcome to join the Open Hearts movement. Will you join us?